Hello, my name is Jeff Rolka. You can learn more about me at voicelessonssf.com or voicelessonsinlondon.co.uk. I want to begin by just saying a very heartfelt thank you for all the listeners and watchers. It really means a lot to me. I also want to say thanks for all the comments and all the people writing in with questions. These videos that I'm producing right now are on delineation, which is also a way of saying ornamentation or runs, licks, riffs. They're all synonymous for those high passages that we often hear in contemporary music. And this video has a little bit of theory and a lot of practice on how to better execute those in our performances. So, a little theory about singing highly ornamented passages, trills, fast scales, etc. First and foremost is airflow. The airflow must not only be maintained through the course of the trill, but in fact increased and sung beyond the point that the trill has ended. So we're singing, you can think of it as singing past those trills or those ornaments. Additionally, vowels. They must be in alignment if we're changing. Even if we're not changing vowels in the course of the ornaments, those vowels, in order for us to successfully execute them, must be sufficiently narrow that when we change pitches, we retain that narrowness, that integrity of the vowel sound. Finally, when you're preparing your piece of music, it's important to look ahead so that we know where is your last breath before the ornament going to be. How are you approaching the ornament? Is it being approached from above? You're singing down to the ornamentation and then away from it? Or are you singing up to the ornament and then beyond it? All of those things are important in how we execute those passages. So the exercises that we're going to do today will help us to learn how to sing ornaments and how to have that kind of agility in our voices. But ultimately, you're going to have to assess the piece of music that you're working with and prepare that on an individual basis. As you practice with these exercises, I want you to find the range of keys that works best for your voice. So there are 4 of them: soprano, alto, tenor, and baritone. And we want to keep this in a comfortable range while we practice these skills. Now, when you're practicing, you may find that you get a certain point through the video and you'll need to switch over to the lip trill. I'd encourage you to practice the whole thing with the lip trill, for starters, just to get a handle on the exercises and also to really focus purely on how you're using air to move through the vocal lines. As always, if it gets too high or too low, just stop for a second, wait for the next exercise, or maybe if it's consistently too high or consistently too low, check one of the other versions of the exercises. Things to listen for in your practice. You're going to hear this pattern frequently. And you'll start off by singing an E vowel on that trill on the top, and then you'll switch vowels and do a bunch of different stuff that I've got planned. The things to listen for are how your voice maintains its integrity. You want it to sound seamless. If you hear bumps, either on the top note or the bottom, so here's the top, or the bottom, those can be good indicators of inconsistencies in either airflow or your concept for how to sing the phrase. It needs a bit of assessment on your part, since I'm not there, and then you can move forward. The lip trill or a hissing sound can be a great way to assess that. So, these are the exercises for soprano vocalists. I'm working to keep it below the passaggio. We're going to do this in a very, very progressive fashion. So each subsequent exercise will be a little bit faster and will incorporate other aspects of vocal performance, be it vowel changes, more frequent melodic changes, stuff like that. I'm going to experiment today with using a very old friend of mine here, Dr. Beat, good old DB66. It's a metronome. I've had it since I was 13, which is a very long time. and it is a fast friend of mine in the studio. Try not to let the ticking, I'm going to keep the volume really low, try not to let the ticking bug you, just listen to the piano and sing along. By way of beginning, we're going to start in the key of A major, sopranos. The beat, 60 beats per minute, quarter note equals 60. The exercise is the one I used as an example, sung on E. And we're going to go up to C major. Here we go, slowly. And... As I said, this is a progressive video, so we're going to move up kind of quickly here. We're going to move the beats to 65 beats per minute, and we're going to use E and A now, and we will be switching midway through the trill. So it sounds like this. I'm going to demonstrate for you here. And we'll begin here. Ready? And... Now we're going to move up to 70 beats a minute, and we're going to incorporate a short 3-note scale before the scale that has the trill at the top. So it sounds like this. I'll show you here. We're also going to add another vowel, so this is the whole exercise. One more time. And we'll begin here. Ready? And... Alright. We're going to continue moving up here. Now we're going to go to 75 beats a minute. And we're going to add yet another vowel to the exercise. E, A, O, and actually U as well. So we're going to add 2. And we're also going to add a bit more to the exercise. The exercise sounds like this. And we're going to be at 75 beats a minute for starters. Starting here. Ready? And... Now we're going to stay at 75 beats for just a moment here, and we're going to take the vowels that we've used and reverse the order that we've sung them in to give us practice going both directions. We're going from the narrowest of vowels on one aspect to the narrowest on the other, and now we're just going to go the other direction. So it'll sound like this. One more time. Still at 75 beats a minute, starting here, 2, ready, and... Now we're going to go up to 80 beats a minute, singing the same vowel patterns as we just done. You can feel free to go either directions with them. You can alternate. It's up to you. 2, ready, and... And finally, let's do 85. 1, 2, ready, and... And you can keep going from there in your own practice. You can use this exercises over again. I hope that you find them helpful. I want to thank you for the questions and comments. This was done because of a request by a listener. Comments and questions are always welcome. My name is Jeff Rolka. Thanks again for watching, and take care of your voices. Enjoy singing. We'll see you again. Bye.